Okay, so in this video I'm going to go over the three main oscillators of the Z5, which are here. Each sort of slice here is an individual oscillator for the console, and we'll start here with this one. Down at the bottom we have rate, controls the speed of the oscillator, gain. This switch changes us from sine to square. This one eliminates the cosine. This one swaps the sine from x to y or y to x back and forth. And this is the LFO controls to frequency modulate this oscillator. So let's go ahead and bring up the signal here. And right now, as you can see, the oscillator is stopped. If I turn it one direction, alright, now it's running. If I come back to the center and turn the other direction, the oscillator is now running in the opposite direction. And this is a precision wire wound potentiometer. It's got about 10 turns to it. Alright, this switch here changes us from a sine wave to a square wave. Alright. This will eliminate the cosine, so instead of having a box, it'll end up just being a line like that. The switch above that, instead of it being on the x-axis, we'll change it to the y-axis. And I can bring the cosine back. In fact, I'm going to change it back to a sine wave. And as you can see, when I change x to y and y to x with the switch here, it will instantly change direction, instead of relying on waiting for the potentiometer to get to the appropriate position. Frequency modulation here, you can select between LFO1 or LFO2 and then apply the signal directly to the oscillator, and as you can see, that is causing it to do some rather bizarre things there. And that can get real complicated and in depth the more you bring up other oscillators and whatnot. We'll go ahead and get rid of that for now. Okay, and now if I bring up another oscillator, now we start getting into the classic style looking abstracts. And as I change the speed on this, you get different effects. You notice how I can go, if I change XY to Y to X on just one of the oscillators here, I can instantly change the direction of the oscillator and the style of the abstract. I can have one as a square wave and one as a sine wave. When I change them both to sine, I've now kind of decoupled the cosine so that it's not 90 degrees out of phase anymore, and I'll change one of them to go to X and one of them to go to Y, basically. And so now I can get this style of abstract. And then when I add the third oscillator, I can just get even more complex here with it. And that pretty much covers the function of the three main oscillators.